Pac-12 opponents must be getting awfully tired of Nick Leckey by now. The senior All-American has been a fixture on K-State's offensive line since his freshman season. It seems like he should have moved on to the NFL already, but instead Leckey returns for his senior season as one of the country's top centers.
And I'm expecting huge things this year, just the biggest. I mean, it's my senior year. It's a bunch of people's senior year. We've got a lot of hopes. The media has given us some attention, so I know that's not really big, but that could play big, and when it comes down to it. But I think from our end, we just got to win out, and we don't have to worry about anybody else. As long as we do our thing, people or other teams won't predict our future. We can set our own future. We got to become a team of destiny this year. And I've realized watching the past couple seasons of the teams that do win the national championship, they have to have the horseshoe so far embedded, in them, that it takes a little bit of luck and a lot of talent. So hopefully we'll have that this year on our side. I know we've got the talent, just matter if we get lucky or not.
Nick was a good high school player at Grapevine, Texas High School, but certainly not listed among the state's top prospects. And so it came as a huge surprise when he became the first offensive lineman to play as a true freshman during Bill Snyder's tenure at K-State.
Oh, I was totally taken aback. I knew that going in, that I was just going to come in. I was having a good redshirt year. I was going to get better. I was going to learn to play. I was going to play the scout team, pay my dues. And then when Coach Dunn had me in the office, and he asked me if I wanted to play, I didn't really think about it. I was like, yeah, sure. I'm kind of laid back in the fact that I don't want to have a set plan. I know you might say it's one of those fears of commitment things, but I think it is, and I think I like to just play it by ear, and I like to make the best choices that are out there for me, and I think that's what I do. And when he asked me if I wanted to play, I was for sure, and just from there, it's been a whirlwind of enjoyment.
Nick made 2 starts that freshman season, the first coming against the eventual national champion, Oklahoma. It was a learning experience, but it didn't take him long to realize he belonged.
I think it was the first game I did start, and I did jump off sides the first play. I'm sure a lot of people remember that, and we did lose to Oklahoma. So, but I think it's just going against those people and going against a team like Oklahoma, which did eventually win the national championship that year, and they're on their defense and playing against those guys. I realized that I realized a lot of things. One, I realized that it was very important to work hard and to never underestimate people. And it was also that if you wanted it bad enough, I think anybody can do anything when they put their mind to it. And that's kind of the attitude I've had throughout my tenure here.
Nick is the latest in a long line of players who've left the Longhorn State and gone on to great careers with the Wildcats. As a youngster, he dreamed of playing at one of the Texas schools, but like so many others before him, he was captivated by the people of K-State.
My allegiances were kind of, they varied throughout my childhood. I was kind of A&M fan, and then I had a cousin who went to UT. Then I was a UT fan, and then I'd say everywhere from about 8th grade up, I was a UT fan. And I wanted to go to UT, and they didn't want me until after I committed here. So I think the appeal here that brought me down to Kansas, or up to Kansas, I should say, would be just the people. Like when I came on a recruiting trip here, everybody was super nice, and everybody was really, really laid back here, and no one had big chips on their shoulders. There's a few people that did, but that's to be expected. And I liked Coach Snyder as a person, and I think he'd help me tremendously if life after football didn't work out. Then I would have an actual a job, and I'd make connections, and that he'd kind of mold me into a person who would be a responsible adult, able to make wise choices and go on and live in the real world with real world experience.
As a senior, Nick will make the switch from left guard to center, where he has been touted as a preseason All-American and a candidate for the Lombardian Outland. He is ready to meet that challenge and hopefully help the offense set the single-season team rushing record for the 3rd consecutive season.
I think it's one of the byproducts of what happens when you come together as an offensive line and you have just a great offense in general and a great defense, because it shows our offensive line that is really, really good, and that we've got a good set of coaches, and that we're put in the right positions in the right spots, and it shows that we've had tremendous talent in the backfield for us here the past couple of years.
But Lecky knows it won't come easy. Last year's success means nothing now, and the motto will be the same: one game at a time.
Well, me personally, I never take last season because last season, even from the bowl game to the for regular season to the bowl game, it's totally another season. And right now, going into this next season, it's a whole new everything. Everything in general is new. Everything's been revamped and everything's been boosted up, and we've got new people. So we've got a whole new formula and a whole new chemistry to try and get to. And I think that having the win in Arizona, against Arizona State in San Diego is going to help us out. It's going to show we're a team that we're not going to give up. But that's what Coach Snyder here has done. We're a team. We're a tough team. We're a fourth quarter team. So we just got to go out there and play each game like it's our last. And we're probably going to the same motto too this year. It's one game at a time, one step at a time.
Reporting for the preseason special, I'm Ben Boyle.